The village of Narok, inhabited by the Maasai people, lived to the rhythm of the seasons and rituals. Every gesture was sacred, every word was weighed, and above all, every destiny seemed to have already been decided. In this village lived Naoki, only daughter of the great chief Mzibaraka, the most respected man in the clan. Naoki was as beautiful as the sunrise after the rainy season. Her skin had the softness of wet clay, her eyes the depth of the night sky, and her mind was free. Too free perhaps. Since childhood, Naoki had known what awaited her. An arranged marriage to Kido, a strong and feared young warrior, destined one day to become chief in his own right. He was everything tradition approved of. But Naoki's heart didn't hear the voice of the elders. It beat faster for another music, a music she didn't yet understand. Until that day the sun was beating down hard. Naoki carried a calabash on her head, walking alone to the river to draw fresh water. The trees rustled slowly, and birds exchanged amorous songs. On the opposite bank, a young man was watering his goats. He looked up, and their eyes met. For a long time, long enough for everything around them to seem to freeze. A butterfly flew between them, landing gently on Naoki's hand, like a sign from the spirits. The boy smiled at her, shy but sincere, and said, "You're like the evening star. Beautiful, even when the world goes dark." Naoki didn't reply, but as she left she looked back. And she would never forget that the boy's name was Acacia. He was from the Ndodo clan, a people rejected by the Maasai for generations. It was said that they carried within them an ancient curse. Whoever linked his blood to theirs called down the wrath of the ancestors. But Acacia, there was nothing cursed about him. He was gentle, intelligent, proud without arrogance. And from that day on, Naoki's nights changed. He always greeted her with the same smile, sometimes with a flute carved from rosewood. He played tunes that seemed to come from another world. Sitting under this tree with its gnarled branches, they talked of the stars, of forgotten legends, of their dreams. Acacia told him one evening that a couple had once loved each other right here. But their love had been shattered by the war between the clans. It was said that their souls still lived in the tree. "If they see us," murmured Naoki. "May they protect us," replied Acacia, taking her hand. But such pure love always attracts stares. One evening Nazirian, Naoki's confidant, worried about her nocturnal disappearances, decided to follow her. And what she saw shocked her. Her sister at heart, entwined with a boy from the forbidden clan. Torn between loyalty and fear of the consequences, she went to tell Mzibaraka. The chief flew into a cold rage. He summoned the elders, locked up his daughter, and declared that the boy must be captured. Naoki, however, did not lower her eyes. In front of everyone she said, "I'm not choosing against you. I choose for myself. My heart is not an offering to your tradition." Meanwhile, Acacia had sensed the danger. Wounded in the arm during a skirmish with the warriors, he fled into the night, alone, with his flute and a little water. But Naoki hadn't said her last word. That night, she broke the bonds that bound her and ran across the savannah. She stumbled, got up, soothed her pain, and ran again. When she reached the acacia tree, Acacia was waiting for her, wounded but alive. "I've been waiting for you, even if it was the last time," he said. "Then let's make it the first," she replied. They kissed under the tree, and then the sky opened up. Lightning struck a branch of the acacia. The wind howled, the leaves spiraled upwards, and a shower of golden light fell softly. The elders, alerted by the storm, arrived with torches in hand. But what they saw froze them. The two young people, embraced, illuminated as if blessed by the ancestors themselves. A wise old woman fell to her knees. "It's not anger I see, it's forgiveness. The tree doesn't burn. It cries." The next day, Mzibaraka returned alone to the tree. For a long time, he remained there, silent, listening to the wind. Then Naoki arrived. He looked at her, and instead of condemning her, put his hand on her forehead. "You have been wiser than me, my daughter. May your love unite what our fears have divided." And so it was that a marriage was celebrated between two enemy clans, under the same sky. Necklaces of red and blue pearls intertwined. Songs rang out louder than ever. Children danced, old men wept with joy. And under the once sacred and feared acacia tree, Too young, and so a marriage was celebrated between two enemy clans, under the same sky. Necklaces of red and blue pearls intertwined. Songs rang out louder than ever. Children danced, old men wept with joy. And under the once sacred and feared acacia tree, two young men proved that even the deepest roots can change direction.